Oh no, it says I'm live. Hopefully y'all can see me. From where you can see, what you will see on your screen is, is one of the best friends I ever had in my whole life. Not necessarily the longest friend I ever had in my life, but one of the friends that I went through a lot of crap with. Now, on the left side of the screen, you'll see Dave under a huge rock. That would be in North Carolina. And to the right, you will see Dave in front of a tent. That was also in North Carolina. In both cases, no, on the right, we're at our campground. We're doing okay. We went up the side of the mountain and got caught in a rainstorm. So we're huddled under a big ass rock, hiding out for the rain. But if you'll notice from what Dave got in his right hand is a cold can of beer. We lugged the cooler up and down that mountain, all over the place. We had a Mini 14, what some people would call an assault rifle. Hey, Michael, how are you? It looked like an assault rifle. It's just a semi-automatic rifle. Yeah, granted, it had a 20-round clip, but what the hell? We're just shooting in the mountains, you know, just boys having fun. But anyway, this guy here, Dave, Dave, that his name was David. We might have called him David in the very early days when I first met him, but he was just Dave. He became Dave. Dave was his name. That's what everybody called Dave, was Dave. Dave is what you would call a wild and crazy guy. And when we got together, well, from the thumbnail you saw, JP, myself, and Dave, and another guy, Bruce. When we would get together, we would become four wild and crazy guys. What was that movie? What movie was that? But I was thinking earlier today. Let's see, I need to change this picture up. Let's see, let me try a different scene. I was thinking earlier today. Oh crap! I gotta get. I gotta take care of this echo crap. Oh crap! Oh, what am I doing here? Echo crap. Oh crap! Okay, that's taken care of. Let me see. Let me go back to StreamYard. Let me go back to pop out chat. All right, y'all. Let me know if you can still hear me. All right. So anyway, what was that movie? Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Well, this guy. Well, you can see him now. He's This is in North Carolina. He's picking a perfectly okay place to take a pee in the rhododendron bushes. So, I mean, you gotta do what you do. You gotta do. You're out there in the wild. How you flying with Dan? Okay, cool. Thanks. I'm happy to know that, brother. And give you some blue jeans there. You know what's funny is like Dave and I. Okay, I was thinking about this story. 'Cause, again, I'm an old guy. You know, 63 years old. I was born in 59. I think Michael is older than me. Sorry. Drone Bum is older than me too. And anyway, I grew up in really say the 70s, 80s because I was still a kid in the 60s. So I don't know, like 73, 74, 75, somewhere around in there. Things were different back then. You know, we had the hippies and whatever, and some could have called me a hippie at times. Anyway, there were these people my age, Dave's age, that we were rebels. We were doing our own thing, experimenting, whatever. Hey, Carlos. So I don't know. We took questionable drugs, whatever you will. Anyway, all in the quest for altering our reality, which we did. And nobody OD'd or anything like that. We tripped, got wasted, had our share of 151 or whatever. But Dave was always the litmus test. Like, remember of course, Dave had a higher tolerance to everything than anybody else did. So whatever Dave got messed up on, everybody else would take half as much, or else, you might go to the hospital. And that's not knocking him down at all. It's just, I don't know, it's just funny. Think about it. Anyway, what made me think about this, and I don't know, Dave has left the area. I was devastated to hear about it. I hadn't seen Dave in a while. And we were thick as thieves for a while, but that was years ago. And then it became fewer and farther between when I would actually hook up with him. But anyway, forever he's had issues with his back. And for whatever reason today, I was just thinking about it, and I'm like, well, damn. Because he was always riding dirt bikes and all this kind of stuff, and he was always balls too long on a dirt bike and whatever, and he'd wreck and do flip over end and land weird or whatever. But this happened early, man, and I don't remember him complaining about his back before then. But I don't know, 15 years old, 16 years old, I made a party spot in the attic of my house. And you couldn't stand up in it. It didn't have a not high enough pitch roof for that. But you could squat and you could hang out up there, smoke a little weed or whatever. And it had Christmas lights in there. It had a nice ambiance to it, But to get up there, there was a little closet right there in the central hallway where the scuttle hole is to how you get up into the attic. And you just open the closet door. You step up on the box of the air handler, then on the doorknob of the door, and then you pull yourself up into the attic. And you reverse the process when you went to come down. So Dave, for we had all decided, hey, Craig, how are you, brother? So that we had all decided it was time to come out of the attic. And Dave had been taking, we called them reds back then. They were plastidils. They had two different kinds. There were red ones and there were green ones. The red ones were 500s, but Dave had eaten like 14, 14 of those guys, whatever. So he wasn't feeling any pain. So we went to come out of the attic, and I guess he slipped, whatever. But the next thing I know, he went from attic level to floor level, flat on his back in the space of, I don't know, however long it takes you to fall that far. Like, we're all like, man, are you all right? Oh yeah, man, I'm fine. I'm fine. You know, he like shook it off. For all I know, that's what had his back screwed up the rest of his life. I don't know. I don't know, man. He was just, for some reason, I thought of him today, and I have so many great stories to tell with this guy. I mean, literally, he was like he was my brother. 46 seconds? What kind of time warp is that? 46 seconds? I can guarantee you it took a lot less than 46 seconds for him to not even maybe 0.46 seconds. And now that I could believe. Is there a decimal point in there I'm not saying? I don't know. Dave was awesome. We went through so much shit that we should have been arrested for and never were. I remember us, we were at the beach. We went to the beach. We rode there in somebody's car, I think. Maybe it was Dave's car. My glasses are dirty, you think? Too much glare for you? Anyway, we went to the beach, got a cooler beer in the trunk. We weren't drinking the beer openly. We were using cups. We had a cooler in the trunk. And so we would pour beer from a can into a cup, trying to shield it, from whatever prying eyes there might be. So I'm trying to clean my glasses. I'm not saying it'll do any good, but so Dave and I both have a clean glass of beer. A fresh cup full of beer, I might say. I don't know that mine. Well, they do actually have two lenses, but I mainly look through one. Mike. Hey, Mike. That's pretty funny. Anyway, so Dave and I are down by the water. Everything's cool. We're just sipping our beer in the cup and looking out the water with the surf lightly lapping at our feet. And all of a sudden, some motherfucker grabs me by the back of my pants. I turn around, I'm about ready to throw this beer this guy's face, and it's a cop. You're under arrest for drinking in public. I'm like, what? Yep. Come right this way. Okay. All right. What are you going to do, So, Dave and I, we both got roped in. And Dave was carrying, by the way, some weed. He had some weed. And I'm freaking the fuck out just because I know Dave had some weed. So they go to put us in the patrol car, and first they search Dave. And somehow they didn't find the weed he had. So they put him in the car, and then me, I was clean. I knew I didn't have anything on me, so I was ready to climb in. I was ready to climb the car, man. I knew I was clean. So the cop goes, no, we got to search you too. So that happened. So they put Dave and I in the back of the car. But then they went off. I guess they figured they didn't have a full load. They wanted to get another person, and they were already on his heels. So they snagged him. And meanwhile, while they're getting him, I'm telling Dave, man, put it in the seat, whatever. You got to get rid of that shit. Hey, Craig. Sorry, I meant to say something. Hello. I know I said hello earlier, but I'm saying it again. So they go to get him. He goes, oh, no. They always check behind the seat. They always check that. I'm going to put it in my cheek. So that's what he does. And off to jail we go. We go to jail. They put us in this chicken coop kind of thing for a while. And then they finally give us a cell. It's just me and Dave. And the whole time, Dave's got his weed on. He goes, hey, man, should I fire it up? I'm like, no, don't fire it up now. No. So anyway, we waited, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours. And then his dad came and bailed us out, and it was all good. I mean, being in jail sucks, but I was with my buddy, and we had shit to bullshit about, and it's like, yeah, we'd rather be drinking beer, but we'll be out of here soon, and we got some smoke to go with it, So I don't know. It was just, look, I'll just say this. Somehow, some way, all the dilemmas Dave and I and JP and Bruce at sometimes and other people that we went through, somehow, in the end, it worked out okay. It was cool. So, what, Carlos? Why are you just saying my name? I don't know. He's just. You know what's bad? Mike, you're not too much younger than me. Not too much. Younger, yes. Younger than me than Carlos is. But, I'm trying to see what the chat is going on about, and I have no freaking clue. I just want to say, I mean, I was lucky to know Dave. I hope everybody has had a Dave in their life. Somebody that Yeah, they might have got you into some situations that were a little shady or whatever, but in the end, it worked out okay, and it was an adventure. 60 this year. Well, I got 3.5 years on you, prick. So just trust me, it's all downhill from now, from there. But you'll probably do better at it. You know, you keep carrying those buckets of water around. That's good exercise. I realized that climbing around attics wasn't that healthy for my exercise. So, well, of course you do. Bum is a cool guy. And, damn, he's the oldest one here. Well, he's like 85, right? Oh, wait, I mean, 64 or something. I know he's older than my ass. So you feel lucky to know him because you met him before he dropped dead. I'm messing with you, Polly. You look healthy, dude. You look healthy, Polly. Lost some weight. You keep looking smaller all the time. Yeah, I mean, Polly, you, Carlos, and what's that other prick's name? Oh, yeah, Charlie. You're like the Three Musketeers. Telling you, man. 64 so far. Okay. I knew you weren't much ahead of me, Polly, but look, man, everybody needs buds, especially when they're buds that you see in person, because you kind of like share each other's energy. You know what I mean? And that's how it's always been. I mean, I don't really have any mates now. You know, that's how the Australians would say. So like Polly, Carlos, and Charlie, they be mates. You know, in the male sense. You know, they're just like buds that they do a lot of hanging out together and you share your energy, so to speak. And that's a beautiful thing. I don't have any mates other than online mates. So that's sad. Ears. Folly. That sounds like something Mr. Crowley would say. I saw that that video was pretty cute. So loving. So let's see. I'm trying to think. Okay, so I made a lot of videos when the last major trip Dave and I made. We went through North Carolina, all along the Blue Ridge Parkway, wound up in Syracuse, went from Syracuse to Manhattan, wandered around the big city for a couple days, and then Dave had to go back. So I dropped him off at Grand Central Station, where he caught a bus back to Jacksonville, Florida, and then I went back to visit my brother in Syracuse, where we went, we did touristy stuff, like went to Niagara Falls, went to some fort and whatever, and then I made my way back for the second week. But it was really cool. Manhattan was a very interesting. Uh, Stayed in a hotel that was probably, I don't know, 100 years old at the time. Broke down, paint. The lobby was beautiful. It looked like the lobby looked like the Taj Mahal, but the rooms, paint was peeling off the walls and shit. But it was cool. I mean, you look out the window and there's Times Square. I mean, that triangle building, it kind of looked like the building from the Matrix. What was that hotel called? I can't remember. The Hotel Continental. It was the Continental. But that's exactly what it looked like. It was a triangle. It was right there, 42nd Street. And all night long, all you heard was freaking sirens. And this was before Rudy Giuliani got in there and cleaned shit up, I heard it became almost like Disneyland before Disneyland became all gay and shit. But anyway, I digress. Supposedly it got a lot cleaned up after I had been there. But I mean, I got to see some interesting sights. I never felt threatened. Never felt like I was going to get mugged or anything. I saw some seedy shit. I saw rats. I saw bums leaning against buildings with a wine bottle in their hand. I saw all that. But none of them were threatening. Just kept on walking. Didn't even pay any attention. So it was interesting. I mean, I read that. And here I am. I'm typical tourist man walking around with a video camera and shit. Want one of those mini VHS C things. So they're kind of small. You didn't have to put them on your shoulder. You could hold them with your hand, And again, never felt threatened. Rode the subway, all that crap. It was cool. It was like I'd never see mass transit here in the South sucks. Mass transit in New York, I mean, I don't know about now because you got to get past the criminals that want to do bodily harm. But overall, if it wasn't for the fear of being mugged or whatever at any point in your journey, other than that, the system works pretty darn good. At least from when I was there. But that's been, again, years ago. So I have to tell this other story. This is another day story. As I said, I grew up in the 70s, 80s. So there was this stuff, Of course, we would all smoke weed and whatever. There was stuff going around. They called it tea. Wasn't coke. Wasn't cocaine, supposedly. They called it tea. Supposedly it was derived from marijuana. So Dave got this tea from hell. And when they say it's something from hell, that means it's really good, okay? Just so you know. Didn't mean to kill you. Just meant it was potent. And you had to be careful. You didn't take quite as much. So, anyway, I had some of that. I had a pretty good buzz. And I really had to pee. But for whatever reason, I wanted to go outside and pee. So I'm out peeing on the outside of Dave's house. And his mom walks up while I am urinating against the side of the house. And she starts having this conversation. Well, what am I supposed to do? I just can't turn around and look at her. I got to keep on doing what? Dude, you'll bust something. If you try to stop a pee once a pee is in progress, a guy, you're going to mess something up. So I just had to keep going. So here's Jackie talking to me. So I just keep going, and I am so blitzed. I'm out of my brain, but I just keep holding this conversation with him. She just keep talking. Anybody know Jackie? They know how that can go. Danielle, if you're listening, you know how that goes. You can just keep on rolling on, your grandmother. So, anyway, that's how it worked. She paid no mind. Apparently, she was used to people urinating against the side of her house. I don't know. That's another, that is another episode in my involvement with the Sapp family that will forever stand out in my brain. Forever. What are you guys talking about? I just started looking at this chat. It's rather disturbing, I don't know, I've been live 32 minutes. There's 8 people here. I can't believe there's 8 people here. I want to hear somebody else has a story. I have lots of stories with Dave. Oh, the stories I could tell. I have some videos with Dave in them. Got to figure out a way to put them to digital media somehow. But he's a piece of work. He is great, mate. What did you learn, Carlos? I've been around, but I'm 63 years old. Only Drone Bum has been around more than I have, and only by a year more, so what the hell? And I grew up in the age of Aquarius. I don't know, dude. I gotta tell you this. And maybe it was because media was more suppressed back then. But I've seen old film clips, like the age of Aquarius and shit, late 60s, 70s, whatever. And there looked like there was some crazy stuff going on. You had communes, people against the Vietnam War. That was a little before my time, but I saw it. I saw the communes and the hippies, but I'll tell you this about them, and they were just out to have a good time, and they weren't trying to take over the world, and they weren't trying to force their values on everybody else, which is what the minority rainbow flag waving, racist CRT people seem like they want to do all the time. Why can't we just all get along? But they want to all have their little niche. They all want to have their special letter that defines them. And to me, why can't you just be happy to be an American instead of trying to change America to your ideal perception of what it should be? Why don't you pay attention to what it already is and the good things that are already in it? Because, I mean, I kind of grew up in this country, and these kids that are like 16, hell, even younger than that, but up to like early 20s, they don't know shit about anything, how the world works. They went and spent, I don't know, thousands of dollars on a college degree that didn't get them a job worth of shit. It took humanities. Oh yeah, I got a college degree. Well, yeah, good luck getting a job with that piece of shit degree, you know. And now you want your college debt forgiven. Man, screw you. You made that choice. That's on you, you know. I just, I don't understand. It's almost like over the last 10 years, people started raising kids as idiots. That probably goes back 20 years. Because the ones that are just getting out of college now are the ones that want their college debt forgiven, learn bullshit stuff. Oh, I'm sure they learn a lot about critical race theory and stuff, though. Oh, if you're white, you learn what piece of shit you are. I don't know. I just don't get it. We spend more on education in this country than any other nation, and yet our kids are among the most ignorant. And there's only one reason for that, because they're teaching bullshit instead of math, reading, and arithmetic. I guess math and arithmetic are the same thing. Uh, Reading, writing, and arithmetic. I bet most of them can't even write cursive. So I ran out of Dave's stories. I have many. Kind of ran out of gas actually, because nobody else decided to come in and share a story of their own. But I just had a wild hair and I wanted to do it. So I'm showing 8 people here. Who's the other 8 people? I see Drone Bum, Carlos. Is it just polite people? No, we're being polite because you don't really care what you say, but okay, it's okay to be sitting in the background, Michael. That's cool. I mean, so many of you, I don't know what your childhood was, Michael, I think, is the hey, Allie, how are you? Allie, there's let's see. I wonder if I can do this. I gotta see if I can do this. Allie, there's a video I really want you to see. I don't know how you'll take it. I'm not sure. Let's see. Are you watching? Are you? Where's Linda? For I want Danielle to see this. I don't know if it'll come from the chat or if she can even get the chat. I'll just send it to her on her messenger. So don't get Danielle. I think it's funny. I think you'll find it funny too. All right, so I got to tell another Dave story. If I can get out of this thing I'm doing now. So let's see. Let me go back to this. So this is another Dave story. It was here we go with. I know Dave was there. I'm pretty sure JP was there. There was a fourth person. I can't remember who it was. It could have been Danielle. I don't know if you ever met him, but damn, I'm not sure if that's who that was. Anyway, it was JP, Dave, and I for sure. There was a fourth person. I'm not sure who it was. Anyway, we went in my Chevy 250 van, or 150 van, 3 on the tree, 250 motor. We went to the Okefenokee Swamp, and we brought mass quantities of beer, up probably 2 cases for 4 guys. We rented canoes at this park at Okefenokee Swamp. Call it Swamp Park because that's basically what it is. Not Everglades, Okefenokee. No, it's one big ass swamp. Look it up. It's a big ass swamp. Okay. So we rented these canoes, and these canoes, I think they're 16-footers. They're tipsy all on their own for 2 grown adults, but then you put a cooler full of beer in each one of them, you know. Makes them even more tipsy. So off we went, consuming beers along the way. So we cruise out into the swamp, cruising the trails, whatever. There's alligators around. We're not, we grew up on the creek, so we're used to alligators anyway. Hey, Rigger, how are you? You want to come in? I'll shoot you a link. But there's always alligators around. Hey, we never. We've been swamp tromping our whole life. Alligators, kind of move slow. You kind of see where they're at, and So we didn't care. We cruise up this one place and we smoke a joint. And so we pull our canoes up to where this log had fallen in the water, and we tie our canoes off, and we got up on shore and smoking a joint. And this alligator cruises up, and he's like, he's just looking for some food, just a gator looking for some handouts, I guess. Anyway, we didn't think about it. Gators aren't scary, Allie might be scared of alligators. Hey, Bob, how are you? But, hey, Miss Susan, how are you? You didn't think about alligators, it's just an alligator, So, anyway, we had our little lunch break. Anyway, went on down the road, left the alligator behind. We get into these backwaters. There's trees all hanging over. The water's kind of deep, whatever. But we're all still getting a little hammered, and we're just fooling around. Anyway, we end up tipping each other over. I don't know if we had a canoe fight, acting like we were Vikings. Who knows? It doesn't matter. Both of the canoes ended up going upside down, along with all the beer and whatever. And you could tell the beers that were still viable because they sat real low in the water. All the floaters, you didn't go after them right away. I mean, we didn't want to litter, but you always got to go for the ones that are just barely floating first because those are the ones with beer still in them. Okay, so that's like treasure right there. That's when I realized my 44 special that I'd brought along, even though it's state park, and we're not supposed to have firearms in state park, but I figured I'm going to be around alligators. It can't hurt to have a handgun. So anyway, it had fallen out of the boat. So, what did I do? I dove down and got it. I was like 22 feet down, something like that. It was fairly deep. I had to feel around for it, but it was in a carry bag kind of thing. So it's not like it was just a raw gun. It was in a bag thing. But I found it, groped around. I in my clawing around in the ground, in the mud, 22 feet down under the water. Had I grabbed an alligator's bite back instead of my gun, I might have freaked out. But that didn't happen. The karma was with me, apparently. I'm basically a good person. The karma was looking out for me. So then on the way back, I think we figured at that time it was time we need to get out of there. So we started making our way back. We played some gator tag. If you don't know what gator tag is, you paddle up, you see a gator in the lake ahead of you. You paddle up to him and you swat his ass on the tail. Gator tag. So we did some of that. That was cool. And for whatever reason, I fired my handgun at the other canoe, not intending to hit them, just off to the side, but that made for some compelling action. So then we finally get back to the place, turn the canoes, All without getting arrested, by the way. Pile into the van, and off we go. Starting off in Georgia, you know. I don't know where in Georgia. Okefenokee Swamp is in Georgia. There's numerous entrances to it. I don't know. We had to go down some country roads to get there. And we had to go out some country roads to get away from there too. So along the way, I don't know, might have been me, might have been Dave that suggested it. Oh man, we got all these fireworks. We should just open up the back doors and shoot them out the back. So we did that too. Make a couple cars swerve. We were horrible, man. It was horrible. But we had a good time. We didn't get arrested, and it's amazing. I like to think that the people we shot, the bottle rockets and Roman candles that were kind of amused. We didn't really bounce any off their windshield or anything. But they knew we were discharging firearms. I mean, not firearms, but fireworks. But see, here's the problem I see it. Kids can't have fun like that anymore. You know, it's I don't want to necessarily bad mouth them, but I will. Like BLM and shit. They can burn buildings down and all that shit. Oh, well, that's a mostly peaceful protest. And just kids out having fun blowing off some bottle rockets or some Roman candles. They're like some kind of terrorist or something. What the hell? What is wrong with that? They're just they talk about equity. There's no equity for kids just having fun. Now, that's kind of a broad description, I'll be the first to admit. Remember the famous crocodile Dundee scene? I think it's the first one. I'm pretty sure it's the first one. And so the chick from New York's down there, you know, whatever her blonde name is. And these two thugs come up and they got knives, you know, and then Mick Dundee, he pulls out this really big knife. And he like slashes up their coat just like that. And they haul ass, you know, and what? They tried to do whatever thing. Just kids having fun. I don't know. I wonder who out here now. I have little doubt about Carlos. Not so sure about Bob. Not so sure about, and Miss Susan. I don't know what Miss Susan has been into. That's cool, Susan. You should shoot some off. I think shooting fireworks off is a cleansing. I don't know. There's just something cleansing about it. Just blow something up, even if it's something in the air. I mean, oh, that's cool. I wonder how big is the how big is the cannon? What caliber is the cannon, Miss Susan? I actually have some How can you tell that? You can't tell that. What's your name? Eric. Sorry. I was thinking about Miss Susan. I'm wondering what size cannon her son has. 50 caliber, maybe? They're not that small. They make a big boom. I actually have. I might be losing a little weight, though, Eric. Um, but I actually have a video, Miss Susan, about me shooting or a group of us shooting a 50 caliber cannon. And it's small. It's like, I don't know. I don't even think it's 2 feet long. And we weren't shooting any projectiles with it. We were just putting a bunch of gunpowder and wadding in it and lighting a fuse. So it made a big boom. It took us a few tries to get the compression right so it would go boom. But so we had some duds where just kind of fizzled out, made sparks and shit. It took a while to get the boom going, but once it did, man, it made a big one. A bacon cheeseburger. Go eat a bacon cheeseburger? No, I'm all right, man. Part of it's a shirt I'm wearing. I probably lost some weight, Eric. I know, my biceps are way down, dude. Oh, that's cool. Practice what? My guns. No, my guns are dropping. I've gone from 44 mag to 22s. Oh, shooting. That's cool. Shooting what? The cannon or other weapons? Yeah, I mean, you're in Maine, Miss Susan, so unless you're directly in the city, I think you should be able to shoot anywhere up there as long as it's not towards somebody's house, and as long as you're far enough away for it. And I'd say the same thing to Eric. I mean, I get it for Carlos and Polly and who's that other guy? Oh yeah, Charlie. Sorry, Charlie. Sorry, Charlie. I get it for them because they're kind of like in the city, but you're out in the country. And yeah, in the country, and responsible people, they know where they're shooting. They know that where they shoot, their bullets aren't going to hurt anybody. It doesn't hurt to warn the neighbor next door. Oh yeah, we're going to be doing a little shooting. Oh, okay, no problem. Because they know that you aren't going to be shooting towards their house because that's what responsible shooters do. People all freak out, mass shooting here and accidental shooting there, whatever. Because, yeah, just like there are idiots with cars, there are plenty of idiots with guns, too. But I think most gun people are actually I don't know how you would do this poll, but personally, I think there are far more idiots with cars, which can easily be a deadly weapon, by the way, than there are idiots with guns. So think about that for a minute. Most of you people here are logical enough to know that, no, I agree with that because there are a lot of idiots with cars out there. There really are. And it's even worse now because they're so distracted because they're looking at their phones, doing a TikTok while they're driving, whatever. I mean, who knows what you've seen, Polly? I mean, you drive around all day for a living, and so does Carlos for when he's going from job to job. You see these idiots all the time. And now there's a million videos of them up on the tube, Just people being idiots. They're driving, but they're not paying attention to driving. They're paying attention to their phone, talking to whoever's in the car next to them. I mean, I've ridden with people that do that. And I'm not the one driving. But I'm sitting next to the person driving, and like, they're kind of freaking scaring me because they're like, all right, dude, I can talk to you without you looking at me. I want you to look ahead at the road, see what's coming up. I don't want you looking at your damn phone either. You have one job here, and that is for us to get where we are going without some jackass running out, pulling out in front of us and us smacking him because you weren't paying attention. This is serious shit here. You need to pay attention. Would you like me to drive? I don't know. We've all seen it. Bullets for food. Okay. That's cool. Reloading shells. Yeah, I mean, who knows the way things are going? I mean, it could be like Mad Max all over again. Store your ammo. Get your supplies. Emergency food. Who knows? Next couple of years could be key. I'm telling you, man, I don't want to be any doom and gloom person or anything like that, and I don't want to get really political. I was really wanting to talk about Dave and all the stories, but yeah, I did a little bit of that. But the world's a scary place right now. It really kind of is. It's even worse, Allie. It's even worse for you. I think Eric, Miss Susan, Michael I don't know about Michael McReynolds so much. But Eric, RC Crazy, Miss Susan Lee, and Drone Days, Bob, are probably in the best areas of anyone I know to survive if shit hits the fan. Allie's in a really small area, so it's even harder for her. But she might, I don't know. And I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying, there, you guys, the three of you guys, Eric, Bob, and Miss Susan, are in the best spot to be able to prepare in case SHTF. Adirondack? That sounds like in the United... Oh, you are, Bob. I'm sorry. Okay, well, your area could be huge, Allie. I really have no idea where you're at. I just think of... I know you're in Europe, and I think of it as small. Whereas Bob, Bob's in right near the mountains, dude. You know? So, and I've seen the Adirondacks from, what was that movie? Patrick Swayze and, what's her name? I've had the time of my life. What movie was that? Yeah, I know. I know you're in Scotland. I knew that, but it's kind of small. I mean, I guess you got the. Are those the Alps? I know there's some mountains near Edinburgh. I knew you were over there somewhere. But you got to realize, Allie, okay, to compare to the United States, Scotland is tiny. It's like tiny. I mean, it's part of the United Kingdom, and the United Kingdom is a freaking island. And there's 3 countries on this one island. Granted, it's not a tiny island, but it's still an island. America's like, it's not a whole continent, but it's a big part of one. I don't know. It's pretty damn big. I'm just making a point. When's the last time you've been up to the farm, Bob? I'm not saying it's tiny. I'm just saying, Allison, alley cat, alley cat. I'm just saying comparison. I'll have to do some land comparisons. I'm not prepared to do that at this time. But no, I've seen footy of Scotland. I'm trying to think. There's a YouTube channel over there that I follow. I'm trying to think what the hell his name is. Mike would know what his name is. Mike from RC Dude. RC Dude FPVK or whatever his name is. There's some guy with a German Shepherd, and he hikes all over Scotland and other places too. Ireland too, I think. Uh, no, I'm with you, Susan. So you're gonna start a commune somewhere? I'll stand with you. Maine's a little cold for me, but I might be able to handle it. You just started in the summertime though, when it's still warm. I've only been through Maine once. It was beautiful. But then I went through in, I don't know, July. I have family in Maine, and I see pictures from there in like January and stuff. I'm like, brrr. It just makes me cold to think about it, you know? Now, granted, I'll be the first to say, and I've said this before, if I'm at a place where I got a good fireplace and I don't have to go out and work in the cold every day, other than to go grab some firewood or whatever when it's really cold outside, I could deal with that. But as far as living up there and having to go to work every day, nah, not happening. No way. I hate going to work here in Florida when it's just like raining like crazy. Well, I mean, kind of work I did, you kind of got to go in and out of buildings or whatever, but you're wet, you're tracking water. It's not like an office job, so. No way. No, he didn't put up a banner, did he, Carlos? Don't tell me he put up a banner. RC dude put up a banner. That's pretty cool, Carlos. That's an achievement. You broke it in 3 places. You nailed that. Hey, if you're gonna break it good. Carlos coming down the mountainside, gonna break that collarbone. He said, break it good. 3 places. Hey, Indigo, what's up? Captain Wirenut. Well, you're dredging up some old past right there, Indigo. I mean, that's a valid point, Carlos. You're right about that. You're absolutely right about that. And if you can have a good fire, even more so the better. And you know me, dude, I thought you knew this. I love a fire. I can go camping in Florida in the middle of July or August, and if I'm camping, climate, there will be a campfire. Now, if your ass is too hot, you can sit further away from it. You can sit on the upwind side to where you don't feel the heat. But I'm having me a campfire. That's all there is to it. I got cook. I got food to cook. Whatever, you know. I just like looking at it. Plus, here's the thing too. People don't realize this, okay? Many people don't realize this. A fire is the best insect repellent. Does it repel insects? No. It attracts them, actually. That's why you sit upwind of the fire. Or is it down? No, you sit upwind from the fire. But all the bugs, they're attracted to the fire. So they fly right past your ass, fly into the fire, burn the frickin' wings off. In the story, that bug is not going to bother you. Now, it might crawl around. It might crawl around, limping around on its legs or whatever. Who cares? As long as it's not up biting on your ass, who cares? You know, if you're going to get all, sympathetic, oh, the poor bug, he burned his wings off. Well, he's a stupid bug. And if he hadn't tried to come eat me in the first place, he wouldn't have had his wings burned off. So he got what he asked for. Plus, there are plenty of replacement bugs after that. So, I don't know. You learn to live with nature. Camping is cool, it's hard to find the right bed. We've all had, and I'm sure anybody that's been camping, Susan, I'm sure you know that everybody here that's been camping knows this. I know Adam, Bob, Carlos, you've all been camping. And I'm sure every one of you have had camping trips from hell that just went really horribly wrong, and ones that turned out okay, and then some that were somewhere in between. Toasted skiers. No, there's not much meat to them, bum. No, camping is cool, man. Adam, some of my best times have been while camping. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because, I don't know, people kind of loosen up. They get all primordial or whatever. You're right about that, Adam. Lord knows, if we could see the bugs that are just on our own hands, the microscopic ones that we can't even see, if you saw them suddenly close up, you'd probably lose your shit right then. Oh my God! It's some kind of monster. I've been through my share of bugs. So, you all know, I think Carlos might be the only one that knows big ass cockroaches because he lived down here in Florida for a while. But these guys down here, they get big and they don't freeze. They might get a little slow when it's cold, but they basically have antifreeze for blood. Do you know you can freeze a cockroach? You can freeze him. Not that you want to stick one in your freezer, but we're just talking scientific purposes here. You stick him in the freezer, like in a Ziploc bag or whatever. Put him in the fridge and freeze him. Leave him in there. You can leave him in there for, I don't know, months, I think. And bring him outside, let him thaw out, and that guy will crawl away. Yes, we do have some big ass spiders, Polly. I had a huntsman in my former domicile, and just his body was, I don't know, I want to say 1, 2, 3, 3 inches long, maybe 4. His arms, when he stretched them out, was a good 9 inches. You want to go outside, cat? Cat wants outside. Come on. Alright, I'm back. I had to let a cat out. So, not anybody cares. Amazingly, there's still 9 people here. You can't believe that. I'm just rambling on about nothing. So, I got another beer. I had to let a cat out. I didn't finish the beer. So, I would like to know, because there's a few of us in here that have been around for a while. In fact, most of us have been around for a while. So, what would you have to say? I don't know where Alfred is. All right, I'll go get Alfred for you, Allie. Alfredo Montero. Just gotta make sure he's not inside. I'm sure, Allie, that I can go outside and call for him, and when he hears that you want to see Alfred, he won't be able to not come in. But give me a minute because I just got up. No, that was Scout. And that was a black and white cat. I mean, maybe you're colorblind, Polly, but I now have 2 cats that haunt me that come into this room. Oh, there's Scout. Scout's back. Come here, Scout. Scout. Okay, I'll have to show y'all Scout. Now, come here. So this is Scout. Say hello, Scout. Okay, you can go back over on the bed. Get out of here. Go on. So that's Scout. That's who I got rid of earlier. He went to go eat. No, Alfred is so damn cute. and he is an awesome cat. Um, I love Alfred. I he was the when I moved up here, I knew Alfred had to come along because he's my bud. I mean, yeah, it's like it's different with cats and dogs, you know. I mean, Bob Drone Days, you know. I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, it's your daughter's cat. It's not your cat anyway, but just cats are different. Dogs are different, but cats are a lot easier too. They're a lot. I mean, yeah, cats can be a pain in the ass, but they're so much more independent in a way that's cool. Who, me? Do your thing. I'm starting to ramble like, but Biden? Nah, not exactly. Cassie mode. She chose to pick a fight with cars, so she had to take. Why is Kathy fighting with a car? See, your cat has an inferior intellect, obviously, because a cat versus a car usually does not end up well. And the fact they only took a couple days of therapy is pretty good, actually. No, you acted like I was rambling on like a fool. Which, I mean, I am a fool. I'm a flying fool. Okay, so the cat wants out. Let me see if I can go find Alfred. I gotta get rid of the cat. This cat. Come on, cat. Okay, Allie. Just so you know, I went outside and I called for Alfred. And then I see him in the front yard. I said, "Come on, Alfred. Allie wants to see you." And he proceeded to use the bathroom in the yard. So I'll grab him in a few minutes. I just thought it was kind of funny. I didn't actually mention your name, so. A Chihuahua, rat dogs, Mexican hairless. You know, Chihuahuas can be very annoying dogs, just so you know, Allie. Little ankle biters. I don't have anything against small dogs, but they can be annoying. So who's Hazel? Who's Hazel? Is Hazel a cat? Oh, the Chihuahua. Well, I mean, they're a dog you can take for a walk, and you don't have to worry about them yanking you over, or whatever. Okay, Allie, there you go. For all you do, this Alfredo is for you. That's my kitty. My Alfredo Montero, he is. He is a beautiful cat. And he knows he is. And he's such a ham. Why don't you give him a purr or something? Can you say something, Alfred? Talk to him. Come on. You can talk to him. Meow, meow. That's a poor imitation I'm trying to do. Excuse me. So, okay. You can step away, Alfred, at any time now. But I do love my kitty. Yeah, my kitty, that is. He's my wannabe. What's the word? I'm trying to think of it. Look at that tail. See the tail flipping around? He's such a ham. You know people seeing your ass, don't you? Allie says hi, Alfredo Montero. Yes, she does. So you have a friend on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean, Alfred. All the way over in Scotland. In bloody Scotland, no less. Everybody loves Alfred. Everybody knows Alfred. Everybody's met him. I think most people have met him. He's an awesome cat. He's pretty cool. Alfred has a long story to tell. He came to me years ago. I mean, like, I don't know, 7 years ago, something like that. It's probably longer than that now. I think about it. Get your tail out of my face. Anyway, so where are you going? What are you doing? No, don't go up there. What are you doing? Get off. You never go up there. Come on. What are you doing? Go somewhere else. You ready to go outside? Okay, Alfred wants to go out. Oh, well, there's a hole in the bottom side of my door, so he knows how to get out. Anyway. Oh, I always talk to my animals too, Allie. See, Carlos, the only animals Carlos doesn't talk to animals. The only animals Carlos deals with are fish. And I don't know, he might say arrivederci when he flushes them down the toilet if they're dead. I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure he doesn't have any elongated conversations with them. Whereas you probably have a lot of dialogue with your cat, Sally, and I have a lot of dialogue with Alfred and the other cats. There's 7 cats here. I have a lot of cats to talk to. So even if I just say hello, how are you, Captain, or Steve, there, hey, I think y'all might find this funny. You think of cat names. One of the cats here is named Steve. That's Steve. Now, granted, there's other cat names here. Captain is one. Pablo is another. Those 2 cats look almost the same. Then there's Monkey. There's Scout and Luna. They are the 3 cow cats. They're black and white. But they kind of look like cows, Hereford cows, I think. They're black and white. Let's see. Then there's, let's see, who else is there? Well, Alfred is another example, but he doesn't count. Let's see, who else is there? There's, well, it's just called Orange Kitty. Doesn't really have a name. Just called Orange Kitty. I tried to adopt the name Tawny for it, and it didn't quite stick, so it's still Orange Kitty. Who else is there? Is there somebody else? No, I already covered Steve. I covered the 3 cow cats, Captain and Pablo. So that's just 3, 5. Anyways, like 7 cats. So you don't have to say much of any of them, and you still had a conversation with an animal. I used to talk to my fish. My fish. I kept saltwater aquariums for years. My fish recognized my ass. They saw me. They hey, there's Ed. That's the guy that always feeds us. They go there all excited. Somebody else could walk up. They might move around a little bit, but they weren't all excited because no, that guy ain't never fed me before. But that guy, I know that guy right there. I know that ugly mug. And that ugly mug means food. No, but that doesn't mean you understand the language. But whales are very smart. Quite smarter than humans, actually. They're smart enough to know they can come up and get some food out of your hand. But even you can even train a rat to do that. But I don't know. I think to presume that we're the only intelligent life on this planet is ridiculous. We may not be able to communicate the same way, but whales and dolphins, they smart. I've sailed with dolphins before. Never really swam with them or anything, but we were mates. They were friendly. They liked swimming with the boat, and they didn't freak the hell out when we jumped in the water with them. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to explain, but there's a connection there. There was a connection there. So I don't know. The world is in a very weird place these days. No way, do they? No way, Paul. Yeah, robot dolphins at SeaWorld. AFLS 360. I've seen your name before. I can't believe they're doing robot dolphins at SeaWorld. I knew there was this whole thing about, oh, they're enslaving animals at SeaWorld, these poor dolphins, having to work for their food instead of swimming out in the. And I kind of get some of that. But what about the poor bastards that have been there the whole time? It's like, what? You're kicking me out for these robot things? What what the hell? Come on, man. You want me to go out and look for my own food now, or are you out of your freaking mind? I don't know. I don't know. That seems like cruel and seems like what did I what did I do wrong? Did I not jump high enough? Did I not do enough flips when I jumped out of the pond? Now you're just gonna throw my ass out into the ocean and let some robot damn dolphin take over my place? And you only have to feed him. You just gotta charge him at night. That's messed up, dude. That's cruel and unusual punishment. What the hell? Hey, Danny, how are you? I just, I don't, I don't know if anybody heard what I said. I think it's an intriguing argument. Look at it from the Dolphins' point. I mean, they might be glad. Oh, yay! They let me go, and they got some robot doing my thing. But now they gotta go look for their own food. Oh, Danny boy, the hills are calling you. I know you're not a. What kind of song is that? I think that's an Irish song, and I know you're not Irish. No, he did have all those thoughts, Carlos. Come on, man. Dolphins are intelligent. They're intelligent critters, man. He probably had a lot more to say. I was just trying to. I had to abbreviate it, and I had to take out the cuss words because I didn't want this to be completely foul. You know, me and the dolphin, we'd be mates. I mean, we were communicating with each other. Okay, what's the word? There's a word for that. The communicating part. No, you think about it. I'm trying to think. I know I've seen FLS 360 before. I'm just trying to think of who he is. Where is he in the chat? I'm not even seeing him in the regular chat. Oh, here it comes. I minimized. God, all kinds of shit's coming up now. It'll come up to you in a minute, dude. Didn't look like he had any clothes on, so I recognize the name. Let's see, we got 9 people. We got 9 suckers in here. Oh, I see that you are already moderated FLS 360. That was what I was looking for. My pop out chat had disappeared, so look, I know there's a lot of crap going on in the world. Really all over the world. But sometimes it's good not to think about that, but to think about stuff like dolphins getting thrown out of SeaWorld in favor of robot dolphins. I can't even imagine what that looked like. Anybody got any footage of that? That sounds, I mean, I've never been to SeaWorld. Never seen, I remember them getting rid of the killer whales, I guess they were. And I knew SeaWorld used dolphins and stuff. And I heard that they were going to get rid of them just because it was like animal slavery. Just like they got rid of the elephants in Barnum and Bailey. But how do we know what the elephants really wanted? Maybe the elephants liked, they might have wanted better working conditions, might have wanted freaking air conditioning instead of just being in some hot railroad car. I don't know. They might have liked that. But maybe they like performing. I mean, how do we freaking know? Do we know? Maybe they were kind of happy, other than they were worked too long hours and maybe people didn't clean their crap up enough. But other than some of the poor working conditions, they might actually enjoy it. Might enjoy the interaction with the people, might enjoy the interaction with their trainer. Who knows? And all of a sudden, okay, you guys are out of jobs, so we're sending you back to Africa where there's lions and tigers and, well, there's no bears in Africa, but there's definitely lions and tigers. And drought, oh my. So I don't know. I mean, how are we going to know? I mean, think about it. I remember going back to Dave for a minute. When we were on the mountain, I was looking for this place. I was obsessed with this place. It was like obsessed with it like Shangri-La. But I was trying to find this place from the opposite direction. And it was this place in the mountains that had this huge rock that came out over what was below. Okay. When you went around and came from underneath, the very top of this lip that hung over this huge slab of rock was like, I don't know, 100 feet in the air. And it sloped towards the back. I'm telling you, you could have put a 4-bedroom, 2,000 square foot house underneath this huge rock that stuck out over the side of the mountain. So Dave and I went all up and down this mountain. I thought I knew how to find it. I could never find it. So I have this clip of Dave saying, we've been up and down this all, dragging this gun, this big old cooler of beer all up and down this mountain. And we still ain't found it yet. I'm like, well, at least the cooler's getting lighter, isn't it? He goes, yeah, that's true. But never did find it. Alfred's back. Hello, Alfred. And that was the whole purpose of the stream in the first place, was to talk about my good friend Dave, who left the area a couple years ago now, I think. I don't know the exact date, and that's not what matters. It's been a couple years or more. His blood goes on. He has a wonderful daughter. Her name is Danielle. And she just recently had a son. And I don't know, he's like 6 months old now. I'm not sure. He's cute as a button, adorable. And I'm just sad that Grandpa couldn't see him. So Dave, for all his wild and crazy ways, was one of the best friends a guy could ever had. Went through a lot together. And some of them were difficult at times, but in the end, it just made us better friends. And none of it was horrible. It was just inconvenient, would be a better word. Well, we really would have preferred not to get arrested today, but it could have been worse. So, I don't know. To all of you that have been here, let's see, coming up on 2 hours, so I might as well call this. Um, Miss Susan, always a pleasure. Polly, Carlos, Bob, Allie, you guys are awesome. Who else showed up? I appreciate y'all being here and just listening to me prattle on. I don't know if he was. He could be Polly. I will have to. I'll have to. I'll have to look at that movie now. He could have been. Thanks, Danny. And I love my Polly too. And, I can't believe you guys hung out here for as long as you did. Thank you for listening to some more of Ed's stories. I have many more stories to tell. And at some point, I might get some of you people to come in here and tell a story of your own. See, that's what I would really like. What I would really like. This, to me, this would be a great live stream. Would be for each and every one of us to come in for a few minutes, and then you tell one of your stories, one of your call it an anecdote. They spell it Anecdote. I'm not exactly sure what the exact definition of that is, but it's an old story that's relative to everybody that everybody could enjoy. I'm sure each and every one of you have stories like that are worth telling, stories that are worth being remembered. You know, it's just like it's just like Carlos when he jumped off the roof of his apartment building with a Mary Poppins umbrella and floated all the way down to the ground. Those are great stories. Sadly, there's no video of that taking place. It's just something he said happened. But, you know, there you go. Yeah, right. All right, y'all. So, Alfred's right here. Alfredo, bid you adieu. Good night, everybody. Thank you again for being here. I love you all. And, hey, hasta la vista. After a while, crocodiles. See you later, alligators.